Back in the building, man. Back in the building. Back in the building. It's another day. Back in the building. It's another game 7, man. It's another game 7. Yep. It's another game 7. What's the word? What's the word? What's the word, man? All I know is Monday morning. Another game 7. For those that woke up, salute. For those that didn't, salute. It's all on the same accord, all on the same page, man. Yep, it's another day in the world, man. Another day in this wicked motherfucking world, man. When is it gonna be over? When is it gonna be over, man? When is this shit gonna end, man? Yeah. Sometimes I wonder when it's checkout time. Anybody ever wondered when it was checkout time? Yep. No more motherfucking bills, no more complaints, no more none of that shit. Just cash it in, man. Just cash it in, cash it all in, man. Anybody ever thought about that? When everybody talking about everything else. But if anybody thought about when is it gonna be time to cash it in, when it's all over and said and done with. Well, I think about the shit all the time, man. Think about it all the time. I don't worry about it, but I think about it. And that's real. Soon it'll all be over with, man. That's why I say don't put out what you can do today for tomorrow. Yep. That's what we're going to talk about. What did you put off yesterday and you think it's going to be a tomorrow? Don't put off what you can do today for tomorrow. In other words, if you can straighten it out today, straighten it out. What's up, CEO? Ain't no doubt. That's the only thing we got coming, man. Whether people want to realize it or not, man. It's the only thing we got in common, man. We're going to leave this joint, man. You're going to leave just like you came, man. In the dirt. But, you know, a lot of people don't think about that. They think every day going to be the same. Well, it's not. I'm here to tell you it's not. It ain't going to be a lot of people clapping for you. It ain't going to be a lot of people crying for you. And there's one thing I come to realize, that shit don't last long, man. Once it's over, it's over. You know? And they ain't going to talk about you a lot, man. When you leave this bitch, ain't nobody going to talk about you a lot. They going to go on living their life. That's just the way life is, man. Just the way life is, man. So that's why I say, man, don't put out what you can do today for tomorrow, man. That's the word of the day. 12 business. That's what I felt like giving this morning. I feel like giving that piece right there, man. so you don't go through life thinking it's gonna be every day the same. Ain't no doubt, man. But you figure that out. See, yo, Black, that's why I say you win every day, then you go home, man. That's why I say, man, every day is game 7. It ain't that I'm talking about a basketball game or a sports game. It's every day is game 7. It's 7 days in a week, man. That's why every day is game 7. People think I'm thinking about talking about something else, but I'm not. I'm talking about your 7 days a week when you wake up. Yeah, where you give your time to. You know, what do you make preparations for? Simple as that, man. All I know, man, is a couple of weeks from Thanksgiving, right? You know, people get together, celebrate, you know, and do all the family shit. But where you give your thanks to, what is your personal thanks? You know, what are you thankful for? You know, nobody knows that. Nobody knows what nobody go through when the lights go off. You know, on the surface, we all can be whatever we want to be. But when the lights go off, what are you thankful for, man? What are the things that you think about? What do you find humus inside of you? You know, I don't know, man. This ain't no it's just small talk, man. It ain't shit to try to persuade nobody to do one thing or the other, man. It's just me being up, having an agenda. I'm going somewhere. So why not talk? You know, they say you only crazy when you answer yourself. Talking to yourself ain't never hurt nobody. Sometimes it's better to talk to yourself versus talking to anybody else. Because who better understands you than you? You know, I do that from time to time. Talk to myself. Because I ain't got to worry about nobody else giving me the wrong answer. You know? And that's good. Ain't no doubt. Ain't no doubt. To each his own, whatever you claim, you know, whatever sets you in the right mind frame. Ain't no doubt, son aside, say got up and got right back to the money. He understand every day is game 7. Whatever you put in is what you get out. And that's just the way life work, you know. But like I was saying, man, you know, I just don't want us as a people ain't no doubt Stockton, California in the building. And that's love all around the world, whether you're in Texas, California, wherever you're at, it's all the same. You know, like I said, we as a people got to understand one thing, man. Tomorrow ain't promised to us, so don't put off what you can do today for tomorrow, because you might not be here. You know, if you're in a situation where you feel like you need to fix it, fix it. You know, that's just what that is, man. It's just common sense, man, you know. But I understand one thing, we human. We gonna make mistakes. We gonna say shit we don't mean, you know. But it's all right. You can fix it though, man. Everything that's understood don't need to be explained, man. And sometimes people say shit under pressure, man. So those people, you know, you gotta give a pass to, man. Just smile and understand, hey, we not all built the same. We gonna say shit we don't mean. You know, I'm guilty of it too. You know, start with me. You know, I done said shit to people I don't mean. But at the end of the day, I come back and fix it, though. And I don't have no problem with fix it, man. So if that shoe fits you, you wear it, do whatever you got to do, man. But just don't put off the day for the, you know, don't put that shit off, man. Because in the pursuit of trying to fix it, if you don't fix it, guess what? You might not ever be able to fix it, man. You know, and that's real. You know, I said some shit that was fucked up the other day to a family member of mine. And left the scene for 3 hours. But when I got by myself, I knew it was fucked up. You know, I knew it was fucked up the way I said it and how I said it, you know. But sometimes we feel compelled to say the shit that we think we need to say when all we have to do is just chill, man. You know, but I'm human. But what I didn't do, I didn't let that shit go unnoticed. I fixed it, you know. I fixed it because I don't know what tomorrow gonna bring, you know. So that's why I fixed it. What's up, LC? It's all good. Ain't no doubt. The awakening of a man is important, man. To understand your situation and what you go through in life, man. You know, and we all gonna say shit. Like I said, we all gonna say shit we don't mean. We all gonna do shit that's sometimes uncalled for. But as a man and in a situation, man, it can be fixed. You know, it's just all about adhering to what you say and how you do it, man. You know, but the greatest gift of all, man, is guess what? Is we got the ability to say, you know what? Hey, man, I fucked up. I fucked up. And that's your part. You can't do that other part, you know. But that's what you can do. So, you know, like I said, that was on my mind this morning to let people know, man, hey, tomorrow ain't promised to you, man. And around every corner, man, it's some, you know, it's some shit for everybody. That's well. OG been woke. Shut up, Spald. Say, oh, it's all good, man. Ain't nobody doing no tripping, man. Ain't nobody doing no tripping, man. I'm just saying Thanksgiving is a couple of weeks away, man. And you should ask yourself, what are you thankful for? You know, what are you thankful for? Sometimes people got to spend Thanksgiving alone. Sometimes people got to spend Christmas alone. But at the end of the day, man, like I said, you get what you put in, man. You know, you get what you put in. Some people believe in karma. Some people don't. But I can say this, man, that in which what happened to you has also happened to somebody else, man. You know, and sometime in life we bring shit our way, you know, and that's why I always say, very rarely will you ever see me trip on a person. You know, it's situations that make people act and perform in the way they do, you know. But you got to be able to understand, man, anytime anybody feel boxed in, man, they gonna strike back. Simple as that. If you box anything in, it's gonna strike back. And the person that is striking to got to understand, hey, why this person reacting like that, man? That's all us. You know, so don't feel like you the Lone Ranger or you guilty of some shit, man. That's just the way life is, man. You know, it's a wicked world. Like I say, man, it's set up for us to lose, man. Sad to say, but society's set up for all of us to lose, man. It's not set up for us to win. You know, everything that's been placed in this world is so people can be annihilated, man. As simple as that. And I know sometimes people don't think that far down the road. They don't think like that, you know, but this is the way I think, you know. It's kind of like the economic system. If it was meant for everybody to have money, we would. But somebody got to be broke. Somebody has to be broke. You know, and that's just the way you look at that, man. You know, and I just challenge people to do that, man, to think outside the box. You know, some motherfuckers might say you weird, but that's fine. That's okay for a motherfucker to think you weird. We all weird in one way or another, man. You know, we all weird. But don't get too down on yourself. You know, I just tell people, look ahead. You know, because when you wake up in the morning, your day has started. And you can't get that time back from the time you woke up to the time you went to sleep. You know, anytime a man lays down at night or a woman, you're at your most vulnerable state. Why? Because you're resting. You know, but I just encourage people, don't take your situation to bed with you because you're not gonna sleep easy. In other words, you're not gonna rest easy. Some of that shit is gonna bother you, and you're gonna wonder why you tossing and turning. You know, that's just my 2 cents, man, and that don't mean I'm right. It don't mean I'm right. Like I always say, I'm wrong about a lot of shit, but I'm human. And what I believe, the next person ain't gonna believe. That's why we all different, you know. But I will say this, man. Uh, it's just like somebody a few minutes ago broke down that motherfucking game 7. They knew exactly what I meant when I said game 7. It's 7 days in a week. So every day you wake up, you in the game. Finally, somebody caught that. It wasn't a hell of a catchphrase, and it wasn't nothing slick. It just was the truth. I just took it and put it in my form. That every day is game 7. 7 days in a week. And every day ain't gonna be the same. You ain't gonna shoot the ball the same. You ain't just not gonna do that. It's not designed for people to do that. Someday you're gonna make all free throws, and someday you're gonna miss them. In other words, you might wake up with a job this morning, and tomorrow they might fire you. But that's all in one day. So what do you do when that happens? You put your motherfucking mouthpiece back in, get up off the canvas, and you go do something else different. You know? But all this shit is designed, man, to make you discouraged, man. Everything in society is designed to make you discouraged. Even the food you eat is high as fuck. The clothes you buy is high as fuck. Everything in life is to make you discouraged. You get with a person and they not right for you. So you fucked up on that end. You know, it's just you got to be able to look ahead, man. You know, ahead is what count. You know, don't look in the rearview mirror, man. That's why that fucking mirror in your car is there for a reason. It's for when you look in it, you look in the back. And you only look in the back for certain situations. But everything in your life is headed this way, man. But once again, it goes back to the phrase, man, don't put off what you can do today for tomorrow. Because you can rest for sure that somebody leaving out this morning, they're not going to make it back home for dinner. You know, so when we fuck up in human form, fix it, man. Fix it. You know, it's all right, man. But the main thing about it is this. When you smile, you can make somebody else smile. Because you don't know what kind of day they having. You know, I have fucked up days every day. It ain't the morning that I don't wake up that a day ain't fucked up for me. But I understand that when I go out in the world, if I'm not smiling or I'm not generating the right energy, that shit is gonna come off as aggressive. And I'm gonna run into an aggressive situation. And it just might be over. So that's why I do what I do. You know, I stay humble in my pursuit to whatever I'm involved in. I stay humble in my pursuit. It don't mean that I'm not gonna run the roadblocks. That shit don't mean that. You know, I'm human. Everybody is human. You know, although sometimes people act extra extraordinary, but that's not the case. You have to be able to see through that shit and understand when a person, hey, you know what, man? It's a situation right here. I don't want to be a part of the situation. Just go the other way, man. You know, but this shit got to be understood, and you can't just be living for the moment. It's not the moment that gets you to where you're going, man. It's not that. It's being able to see what's down the road. And you can't predict what's going to happen from one day to the next. You know, but you can pretty much put yourself in a position, in a situation where you don't have to be around certain shit, you know. And that's just simple as I can put it, man. Simple as I can put it. You know, but you are what you think. In other words, if you think fucked up shit, you're going to become that. If you listen to fucked up music, you're going to portray that. Simple as that, man. Because we are creatures of thoughts, man. It's the thought process that what takes us in situations and directions, man. It's the thought process, man. When you have fucked up thoughts, man, fucked up things happen, man. Because what happens out of a thought? What happens out of a thought? You know, that's where it all starts at. And the thought comes from the mind, man. You know, people might not see it that way or accept it that way, but everything starts with a thought, a vision, and a dream, whether it's good or whether it's bad. Whether you execute it or whether you don't execute it. You thought that, you know. It's kind of like you can kill a person in your mind 1,000 times, but that person still gonna walk this earth as long as you don't proceed with the thoughts. And that's facts. And it's been like that. It's been like this since a lot of people was born. You know, even me. You know, it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like the system. You know, let's go back on that, right? You have people right now this morning that's part of any system. Can't wait till you get tied up in that motherfucker so they can fuck over you. You actually have people thinking that. You have police officers riding around right now in the squad car with nothing to do. Can't wait to pull a motherfucker over so they can exercise that thought in their head. You can't wait. They can't wait to do that. You know, you have managers right now waking up in buildings, can't wait to fire a motherfucker. So it's the thought process that what makes people, react the way they do. You know, whether it's in a good way or a fucked up way. You know, and that's why I tell people, man, you know, it ain't that I'm smart, or it ain't that I'm trying to pretend like I'm smart. It's none of that shit. I am who I am because I understand that every day is not gonna be the same. And I don't put out shit today and I'm thinking tomorrow gonna come. No, I don't do that. You know, you have some people in society right now, man, that haven't even planned for their own funeral. Why? Because they don't want to think about this shit. Because they in denial that one day they gonna leave this motherfucker. You know. But I understand that one day we got to leave this bitch. So who better to make the preparations than me? You know, my shit is already set in stone for whenever I leave this motherfucker. How I want to leave it. Why? Because I'm alive and I plan that shit. So when I do leave, it's already planned. Nobody has to figure out what I want and how I want it. It's already planned. But see, don't nobody want to think about that. Why? Because they think that's the baddest thing in the world. It's really not, man. If you think about it, it's really not. You know, and these are uncomfortable conversations that people don't want to have. Why? Because they think they're going to be on this motherfucker forever. They think they're going to be a part of this shit forever. They think they're going to be a part of this drama down here on earth forever. But if you really look at it, man, this shit ain't nothing but drama. This shit is drama. This shit is drama. That's why you got to ask yourself, when is it going to be over? When is it going to be over? It's either going to be over or we going to understand what we're dealing with. And that's the only way you're going to figure it out. And that's the way I move, man. I move in that direction. I don't move in the other direction. I don't move this way or that way. I move in that direction, man. That allows me to understand situations, man. And what worked for me don't work for everybody else. It don't work for everybody else. In other words, what I eat don't make the next person shit. And it should work like that. Why? Because we are not the same. You know, it's kind of like saying like this here. If you catch a black person, right? And the saying comes, we the same color, but we not the same kind. And that saying stands to be true. regardless of whether a person want to look at it or not. That saying stands to be true, you know. And it's going to be trials and tribulations that come up, man. But we all going to handle them different. We all going to handle them different. You know, it's like, the Game 7 situation I come on here, man. I come on here to converse, man. That's it. I can't tell a motherfucker what to do. I can't persuade you to do anything. But I just decided, you know what? I got 30-some minutes of downtime when I get ready to leave out. So why not? Why not put a good vibe out there? Why not? It ain't directed no fucked up energy towards nobody. Nobody's name has been attached to anything that I say. So why not? Why not? And it's early in the morning. So like I said, man, go to sleep, man, at peace. You'll wake up the same way. But if you go to sleep fucked up with fucked up energy, you're going to get back up the same way. And believe me, that energy got to go somewhere. Some situation or some person going to be on the end of that fucked up energy, man. And that's real. So when you go to sleep at night, man, in your resting place, I don't know where your resting place may lay, but in your resting place, when you lay down, right, you ask yourself, is anything that I went through that day worth me sleeping on? And if you got any sense that your God or whatever faith you believe in, you'll tell yourself, nah, that shit ain't worth it. I don't want to operate under them guidelines. I don't want to take that shit to sleep with me. Because if you do that, guess what happens? You letting the people of the earth, man, rob you of your motherfucking peace. You don't see it, but they stealing it from you. They stealing your peace, and they robbing you of your motherfucking joy. And that alone can kill a man, or make another man kill another man. And that's facts. So if anybody ever wanted down, why would I'm gonna smile every motherfucking day, whether it's good or whether it's bad. Whether it's good or whether it's bad, I'm gonna smile. And every motherfucking day I wake up ain't perfect. Every day I wake up, it ain't perfect. And I'm not faking it till I make it. I'm facing the shit head up. I'm facing situations head up. But I understand one thing. Tomorrow ain't promised, man. Tomorrow ain't promised. So do your homework on yourself, man. And everything else it'll work it out, man. Do your homework on you. You is what matters. Anything outside of you don't matter. And that's real. Yep. And that's the best way I can put it, man. It's the best way I can put it, man. And that'll be where you can dictate your own day and your own moves, man. Simple as that, man. And remember this, man, before I get out of here, man. You came here by yourself, and you're going to leave by yourself. Ain't nobody leaving with you. Ain't nobody leaving with you. Ain't nobody leaving with you. When that motherfucking casket closed, you're going to be in there by yourself. No friends, no wife, no money, none of that shit. You leaving this bitch by yourself. That's why I said what I said. You got to ask yourself. And sometimes you got to think about that. And most people don't want to think about that because that's a harsh reality. Nobody wants to think about reality. Nobody wants to live in the real. Don't nobody want that shit. That's the hardest thing in the world to do, is to live in the real and to understand that, hey, man, it's kind of like being at home when the motherfucking lights go off and you ain't got no money to pay to get them turned back on. It's the same way. And sometimes it's the reason why the lights ain't on, because you put it off. You put off what you could do today thinking it was going to be a tomorrow and that money was going to be in your pocket. No. So, man, all I got to say is this, man, and that's the word of the day. You know, I'm bringing a harsh reality this morning, you know, because people don't want to talk about this. This is an uncomfortable conversation. Most people in the room, if you bring this up, they'll leave because they'll think you crazy. Who plans a funeral while they still alive? What person does that? What person plans his funeral while he's here? This would make a whole room clear out. And the first thing they'll say, oh, this motherfucker, they're crazy. Why are you planning your funeral and you still here? You planning on dying? The answer to that is yes. Shit. The answer to that is yes. But I learned to understand why people leave uncomfortable conversations. Because nobody wants to live in the real. Nobody wants to do that. And I can take you on a scale of 1 to 10, how many people have thought about that or have done that. And the number will be far and few. Will be far and few. So all I'm saying, man, it's like everything else. Stay ready to keep from being ready. And that weight unnecessary won't occur, man. And don't put out what you can do today for tomorrow. And it don't mean that I'm going nowhere. I'm just bringing the harsh reality to the screen this morning. Because sometimes people are sleepwalking. They sleepwalking. They are sleepwalking in society right now. Just don't be a sleepwalker, man. Don't be a sleepwalker. 6 a.m. sharp tomorrow, man. For those that missed this message, man, you can get it on the playback. But this message ain't for everybody, man. Because I understand, man, that, you know, I'm out here where it's at, man. I'm outside every day. I'm not in my house. I'm outside every day. I communicate with people every day. And these are the conversations that I have with people off the screen. Why? Because this is the type of shit I want to know. What are you planning for in your life? Or what have you planned for in your life? I just like to know that type of shit, you know. I was gone, you know, but when I come back, these are the type of questions I want to ask people that's been in society for a long time, you know. And now, who better to give me my answers than the people that has been here and never been nowhere? So when I come, I'm not just talking to be talking. I get these answers from people that I talk to in society every day. And I see a lot of them when I go inside, in and out of these buildings and businesses. I see a lot of them. And this is the conversation I have with these people. You know, and like I said, I'm always outside. I'm never inside. You know. So anyway, man, word of the day, man, don't put out what you can do today for tomorrow, man. Because if somebody that's waking up this morning, they're not going to make it back home, man. And never be scared to plan, man. plan ahead. So until tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock, man, before I get out of here, if this motherfucker me live or this message touch you, then it's for you. It ain't for nobody else but you. If it shit here resonated with you, then I'm talking to you. Salute.